Once you've created your center pieces correctly on your 4x4 and made sure that all the edge pieces are paired, you basically have a 3x3 cube, and then you can solve it using your favorite method most of the time. I can show you quickly here how to make the white face by doing this classic beginner's method. I like to start with a daisy-ish pattern with the yellow center and the white edges. I pair the edges with the correct centerpiece. So that I have a correct white cross. This is my white cross here, and I made sure that it's correctly aligned. Then I continue with the corners. If you've done a 3x3, this is very familiar to you. One left, and here we go. You see that I've created the first layer here, just like a normal 3x3. So when you are working with cubes that have an even number of pieces, like the 4x4 or 6x6, you will encounter sometimes problems called parity issues. And on the 4x4, there are two problems that could arise when you're making the cube as you go on. The first one will be that sometimes your edge pieces here will be flipped. And the second problem you might encounter is that your corner pieces will be switched. So on a 3x3, you know that you either have no correct corner pieces, or one, or all four. But on a 4x4, you could have two that are in the correct position and two that are incorrect, so they're switched. So you need to take care of that problem. I'm going to start by showing you the first and hardest parity problem that you will encounter, which is the flipping of the edge pieces. Once you have solved your first two layers on a 3x3, your next step will be to create the yellow cross, correct? So here you know that when you have this hook-shaped pattern, you do this simple algorithm to get the yellow line. And then you have your yellow cross. Okay, I was lucky enough to solve the cube at this point, but we're aiming to get the yellow cross. So here you see that on my 4x4, I don't have a hook shape. I have my center piece, and then I have one edge piece. So, well, let's do the algorithm and see what happens. Okay, so I have almost a cross at this point. I have a yellow line, and I would have a cross if this was correctly positioned, but you can see that these two are flipped, and this is the parity problem that I talked about. We need to find a way to flip these two. So there's a quite long algorithm to solve this. Practice. Don't get discouraged if you mess it up the first time. Eventually you will learn that it's not so hard to remember. So what we're going to do is moving the inner right layer, the inner left layer, the upper layer, and the front layer. So make sure that you have the two edge pieces that you want to flip so that you're looking at them. And let's go ahead. So inner right, counterclockwise, like this, and upper layer twice. 1, 2. Inner left, clockwise. Front layer twice. 1, 2. Inner left, counterclockwise. Front layer twice. 1, 2. Now we take the inner right, we do it twice. So 1, 2, and again up twice. 1, 2. Okay, we're halfway there. Inner right, clockwise. 1, and upper layer twice. 1, 2. The inner right layer, counterclockwise. Upper layer twice. 1, 2. Now the front layer twice. 1, 2. The inner right twice. 1, 2. And the front layer twice. 1, 2. You see how we flipped these two now? So now we have our yellow cross. Shall we practice, do it one more time? Let's do it here so we can see. Let's flip the white and red one. I'll do it a bit faster this time. So we'll start with the inner right, like this. The inner left. The inner left again. And the inner right twice. 1, 2. The inner right again. The inner right. Now we do the front, the inner right, and the front. Edge pieces flipped. So I guess one way I learned this is that almost every time you do the inner right, you do something with the upper layer, and almost every time you do the inner left, you do something with the front layer. So let's do it one more time to fix this problem. So inner right, inner left again, and inner right twice. Inner right, do the front, do the inner right twice, and do the front. There you go, we fixed it. So that was the first case of parity. We've solved it. Now make sure to adjust your yellow cross, and let's have a look at the problem with the corner pieces. Once you've finished your 4x4, you may encounter the last parity problem if you're unlucky. And as you can see here, 2 of my 4 corners are in their correct position, but these 2 are switched. This one is the blue-red, which needs to go over here, and this one is the green-red, which needs to go over here. You will never encounter this problem with the 3x3, but you may end up with it on the 4x4. There's a very easy algorithm, a very easy solution to fix this. First, you make sure that your corner pieces are facing towards you, and we will be moving the inner right one and we will do the first upper, and then the 2 upper ones. This is a very easy algorithm. So let's turn the inner right one. So once, twice, and we will move the upper face twice. 1, 2. Again, the inner right one twice. So 1, 2. Now we move the 2 upper ones twice. So 1, 2. Again, the inner right one 2 times. 1, 2, and the 2 upper ones twice. 1, 2. So we fixed the parity problem. Now, as you can see, it's a bit scrambled. Yes, you need to adjust the yellow cross again. This one is in the correct position. This is not. This is not. Okay, so you're familiar with this. So now I have this one and this one correct. I need to switch these two. There we go. The yellow cross is correct. So let's see, this edge piece is in the correct position. So this one is correct, this one is correct. Oh, and this one is correct, and this one is correct. Great. So I'll just make sure to turn the corners. So as you see, very easy algorithm. You just have to make sure to realign the yellow cross, and you solve it like you would a normal 3x3. There you go. Good luck.